Welcome to class. I'm Maggie and I will be your teacher for today. Thank you so much for joining me here on your mat and setting some time aside for yourself. I just want to take this moment to remind you that this is your time, your space, and your practice, and so allow it to be just that. If something doesn't feel good in your body, if you're just not in the mood for this flow or for certain shapes or postures, know that you can opt out. This is a space where you are encouraged to listen to your body and do what feels best for you. We all show up on our mats with different things, whether it be emotional, physical, or mental, and yoga is encouraged to be a space and a time for you to shift inward and to look within and to see how you can best support yourself. So if something doesn't feel in alignment with you today, know that that's totally fine, and that might shift and it might feel different in your body tomorrow or a week from now. So show up, do your best, and honor yourself. If you enjoyed today's class, I do encourage you to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. How did today's practice feel in your body? Is there anything that you would like me to focus on specifically that's super helpful for me so that I can continue to show up and create classes that you enjoy and that help support you in your growth and on your journey? Today, we will be starting on our backs with a prop. If you have it, you can use a bolster or blocks. I don't have any blocks with me, so I opted for a bolster. You can use some pillows as well. Or if that's not available to you right now, you can just start laying flat on your back, and that's totally fine as well. So let's go ahead and make our way here. You're going to, if you set up a specific direction on your mat, you're gonna have your head go toward the top of your mat. So we're starting in a supported fish or flat on your back. Allow your shoulders to open wide, to drape over whichever props you have beneath you, or allow your shoulders to just rest heavy into the floor. We start here and take a few breaths as we connect to our Ujjayi breath, setting up our foundation, the aspect that makes yoga yoga and not just stretching. Feel your jaw soften, feel your chest soften, your arms become heavy, your chest cavity start to expand. Once you feel like you've dropped into your body and you've fully arrived here, go ahead and roll over to either side and remove those props from out underneath you if you've got them. And then roll flat onto your back. Notice the difference here. Your legs can stay long out in front of you. They can be bent. That choice is yours for the next 3 breaths. Take this time to observe. On your next exhale, start to windshield wiper your legs. Drop your knees over to the right. And on your inhale, draw your legs through center. Exhale, legs draw over to the left. So we're already starting to connect breath to movement, taking this a couple more rounds on each side as you start to wake up through your spine, through your leg muscles, through your hips. A gentle invitation to the now. And the next time you find yourself with your knees in center, go ahead and make your way to happy baby. Your knees go wide, feet stamp the ceiling, and your knees pull toward your armpits. Your knees are nice and bent, and you can find a gentle sway or a rock here. Maybe you already feel open enough and you want to play with straightening out one leg and then the other. Maybe both if you're ready for it. Otherwise, just arrive. Enjoy this moment and the connection with your breath. Gently close your legs, hug your knees, give yourself a well-deserved hug, and then drop your legs over to either side. Doesn't matter. We're rolling through a fetal position and then pressing ourselves up into tabletop, now facing the top of our mat. So as you arrive here, hands underneath shoulders, hips on top of knees, we move through a couple rounds of cat-cow. Breath in, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, heart pulls through your biceps, gaze and your chin lift up toward the ceiling. Exhale, articulate through your spine, pelvis pulls under, back of your heart presses toward the ceiling, chin tucks in. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 2 more. Breath in. Pull your shoulders away from your earlobes. And exhale, cat. Push the floor away. Last round. We meet in center. Tuck your toes under, push into your hands and toes, rise up to a hovering tabletop. I challenge you to keep your shoulders on top of your wrists and then pull your belly button in towards your spine. Knees hover just an inch or two off the floor. And if you feel like your shoulders are on top of your wrists, give yourself a little bit more of a nudge forward and feel your first round of knuckles at the top of your palm press into the mat. Breath in. Exhale for downward facing dog. Push your hips up and back in space. Let your gaze travel back towards your toes. Push into your hands. Root down through your fingertips. When we push into our hands, it's through our entire palm and into our fingertips here. If you notice that your hands start sliding and slipping away from you, you're most likely pressing into the bottom part of your palm. And so I encourage you to shift that weight, press your entire palm down into the mat. Fingers face toward the top of your mat, tailbone reaches toward where the ceiling and the wall might meet up behind you. Settle in, get any wiggles out. Maybe you pedal out the legs while you're here. And on your next breath in, lift your gaze toward your fingers. On your exhale, step, hop, float your way to the top of your mat for your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, chest is flat, knees can be bent. Doesn't matter, soft or deep bend here, whatever fits you best in this moment. Squeeze shoulder blades together, then on your exhale, hinge your hips. Rest here in your ragdoll. You can grab ankles, wrap your arms around your legs, wiggle your feet hip-width distance apart, but let your head and torso hang heavy. Root down through your feet, let your hands hang heavy, slowly rise all the way up to your standing. Your Tadasana or mountain pose, hands sweep high, palms press toward one another. As you root through your feet, then lift your heart toward the ceiling, finding a little bit of a back bend here as you engage through your glutes to support the low spine. Take a breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Toes tucked under, heels on top of the balls of your feet. Round through your upper spine. So you're pressing the back of your heart toward the ceiling. Hold for your breath in. And on your exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Option to drop down to your knees here as well. Bring your hands wide, tent out your fingers, elbows point up toward the ceiling. You're welcome to bring your feet wide or keep them close. We find an undulating cobra. Press into your fingers, inhale, rise up. Shoulders pull down your back line as you shine your heart toward the ceiling. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, toes tuck under. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, three-legged dog. Right leg extends back behind you. Lower your right hip down, reach through your heel. Leg is nice and straight. Inhale, lift your gaze. On your exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Hover here, shoulders on top of wrists. Find the compression of your leg to your chest, then step your right foot forward. Prepare for your warrior one, right knee on top of ankle, back foot slightly steps in, heel drops, then rise up, shoulders on top of hips. Get your foundation here. Maybe that right foot wants to be a little bit wider. Press into your left heel as you straighten through your back leg. Inhale, reach through your fingertips, biceps hug your ears, then exhale, interlace your hands behind your low back. Inhale, puff up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, your knuckles reach down your back line, and on your exhale, find your humble warrior. Shoulders fold to the inside of your right knee. Let your gaze look back at your left foot. Your head kind of hangs heavy here as your core does a lot of the work. On your inhale, rise back up. Release your bind, hands sweep high. On your exhale, find goddess. Left heel pulls in, right toes go toward the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Knees go in the same direction as your toes. Hands can come to knees, stay at heart center, but allow yourself to just become familiar with this shape. Bring your hands to heart center if they aren't here already. On your inhale, open up through your arms, cactus the elbows, shine your heart forward. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Keep your knees and legs in goddess. Inhale, open. We're going for 3, so 2 more. Exhale, round and hug. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Here we go. Inhale, open, star, straighten through your legs, hands sweep high. Exhale, standing straddle, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, all 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Be mindful of your weight in your feet here. Find a sway or a rock. Be curious about the movement in your body. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands underneath your chest. Chest is parallel to the floor. Exhale, skandasana, bend into your left knee. Hands, no matter what height your hips are at, stay on the inside of your left knee rather than framing it out. This is helping or encouraging you to close your hips. We want to open through the pelvis. So use your left elbow to open through your knee. Your right toes pull towards you. Take a breath in. And out. We're preparing for a big transition here. Drop your right toes, root into the sole of your foot. You rise up, finding a high skandasana. Inhale. Exhale, launch off your back leg. Land in a one-legged mountain. That back foot might drag, interlace fingers, wrap around the front of your left shin for a little bit of a compression here. Stand up nice and tall. Soft bend in your right knee. You can play here with lifting your chest up toward the ceiling, bending into your right leg, challenging your balance, opening through the right quad, the right hip flexor. And on your next exhale, cross your left leg in front of your right. Unravel, pivot and face the top of your mat. Hands sweep high, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. We find a vinyasa, high plank, lower down all the way or halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips push up and back. So now we kind of know where we're going. The body's a little bit more familiar with these movements. So we're going to take it on the other side. See if you can really start to find your flow, trust into your heart, trust into the movement. When you're ready, three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Breathe, arrive, let yourself be humbled. Lower your left hip down, and then inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, knee to chest. Engage through your core, press the back of your heart toward the ceiling. Then step your left foot between your hands. Prepare for warrior one. Drop your back heel down, left knee on top of ankle, hands sweep high. Both hips kind of face the top of your mat. They're going to be kind of on an angle. It's this hybrid between your high crescent and your warrior two. So really your belly button, your pelvis is going to be facing that upper right hand corner of your mat. We're here for an inhale, scoop your pelvis under. Exhale, interlace your hands at your low spine. Inhale, puff up your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe you lift your gaze, sink into your left knee. Breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold your chest forward, then down. Let your hands hang heavy over your head. Inhale, rise up. Find your warrior one. And on your exhale, goddess, both heels pull in, feet go out at a 45-degree angle. Settle in. Get familiar with this shape. And when you're ready, hands come to heart center. Then inhale, cactus, open your elbows, shine your heart forward. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Maybe remember which arm is on top, and the next time you swap it, inhale, open. Exhale, hug, switch which arm is on top. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale, star, straighten through your legs. Feel that quad release. All 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Hips in line with your ankles. Head hangs heavy. Maybe you want to take an inversion here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, skandasana. Take your version high or low. Hands on the inside of your knee. Use your right elbow to draw your knee open. Drop your left toes, rise up to a high skandasana. Breath in. Exhale, one-legged mountain. Shift your weight into your left foot. Right knee hugs in, interlace hands, and then cradle your right shin. You can stay here. Maybe this is enough of a challenge for you as you focus on your balance, or you can play with opening up even more and bend into your left knee. Find the compression in your right hip. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving. And on your exhale, cross your right leg in front of your left. Unravel, pivot to the top of your mat. Hands sweep high, Tandasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Vinyasa. Plant your hands, step or jump back. High plank. On your exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, three-legged plank, shift your weight forward. Breathe. Option to drop right toes or keep them hovering as you find a side plank on the left. Right hand sweeps high, squeeze your glutes, shoulders stack. Start to bend your right knee into your chest as your gaze looks toward the top of your mat. We land in a runner's lunge. Both hands on the inside of your right foot, back toes untuck. Stay here, hang out, take what you want, take what you need. Hips are heavy as they sink forward and down. Always have the option to take a quad stretch here as you pull your heel in, your right hand sweeps around. Gently encourage that heel towards your glutes. And for a chest or heart opener, start to kick your foot into your hand. Let your right shoulder peel back, squeeze your glutes here. It's going to support that low spine, and then shine your heart toward the ceiling. Go ahead and release your back foot if you've got it. Both hands underneath chest. Lift your left knee. Step your left knee behind your right heel and then drop your hips to the left. So you're finding a seated twist. You can always extend your bottom leg out in front of you. Right hand wraps behind, left hand sweeps high. On your exhale, hook or hug your elbow and find your rotation. So with every breath in, we lengthen through the spine, and with every exhale, your right shoulder pulls back. Inhale, come back to center. Plant your hands. Step back, high plank. Option to move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Find your length, find your strength, and then we shift forward to three-legged plank. Your option here to drop left toes, hold and breathe, shoulders on top of wrists, then drop your right heel. Find your side plank on the right, left hand reaches high, left foot's hovering, or it's down on the floor for support. Shift your gaze to the top of the mat, slowly hug your left knee in. How slow and controlled can you step it to the top of your mat and land in your lizard lunge? Drop down to your runner's lunge, back knee lowers. Those slow movements, those are challenging. Those are sneaky, and I have found them to be really good measures or progress markers for my strength. I remember a couple years ago, that transition that we just did there was so hard. I could only do it quickly. But with lots of practice and repetition, it got easier. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it did get easier. I'm more capable of doing it now. Take your quad stretch if you want it. Release your back foot if you had it. We find our seated twist. Right knee lifts, step it behind your left heel. Hips drop to the right as you pivot to the left. Left hand wraps around, right hand high. Find your length. Both butt cheeks are rooted onto the floor. Then hook or hug your elbow to find your rotation. Inhale, come back to center. This time, just unravel your legs and lower all the way down to your back. Find a supine figure 4, right leg on top of the left knee, option to hug it in. Flex your feet. If you pulled your legs into your chest, plant your left foot down, swap it out, take your figure 4 on the other side. Plant both legs down on the floor as you release your figure 4. Drop both knees to the right. Let your knees become heavy. Inhale, legs rise through center. Exhale, drop them to the left. Inhale, rise through center. Option to take whatever feels best for you to close out your practice, and then make your way into a Shavasana. Let your legs extend out long. Let your palms face up if you're willing to receive energy, messages, communication from the universe. Palms down if you are desiring to shift your attention inward. I encourage you to stay here as long as you can. To stay with your breath, to let it guide you through each moment. Nellie. To ride the wave of the urge to fidget, to move, or to shift out of Shavasana before you're ready. Listen to your body's signals and cues as you rest in stillness, in embodied connection. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this time, space, and practice with you. Until next time, may you go in peace.